Hello guys, my name is Madhur and welcome to my channel. This is the 8th tutorial in the series of tutorials on shell programming. Now in the last tutorial I said that in this tutorial we'll be checking out ls, and I also told you that it is a very important command. Now before we check out ls, I would like to talk about file permissions because it's better to know about files and permissions before we learn ls. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create a file using the terminal and the touch command, and I'll call this file anything. I'll just call it sample. And in the home folder, when I right click on the file that I've just created and check out its properties, I can see in the permissions tab three categories of users. The first is the owner, and it has access read and write to the file sample. The next category is the group to which the owner belongs, and the third category is for other users, other users on the operating system who are not in the same group as the owner, which in this case is me. Now you would also see that at the end you have a checkbox and a column execute, and this checkbox is unchecked, which means that none of these guys has permissions to execute this file as a program. And these are default settings. No matter where you create your file in the file system and no matter what name you give it, if you do not specifically mention permissions of your own choice at the time of creating your file will have the same set of permissions as you're seeing here. Now, what do we mean by read and write permissions for a file? By read permission, we mean that we can just open the file and we can just view the contents of the file and we cannot make any modifications to it. And by write permission, we mean that we can open the file in a text editor and we can change the contents of it, we can delete things, we can add things, and we can save the new settings. And with execute permission, obviously we mean that we can execute the file as a program. If it's a binary file, or if it's a shell script, then we can execute it in the terminal, and we can do those kind of things. Now what else should I talk about? Yeah, the file permissions, read, write, and execute, all have certain numeric values or indices associated to them. Read has a numeric value 4, write has a numeric value 2, and execute has a numeric value 1, which means that a file at best can have a total numeric value of 7, which is 4 plus 2 plus 1. And sorry, and as I said, that when a file is created, neither the owner nor the group of the owner and also the other people on the operating system, none of these guys has permissions to execute. So a file with the default settings can have a best value of 6, which is just read and write. Right now, at this point of time, I would like to talk about a variable umask. Now umask is a system variable, and let me clear the terminal first. And if I just type in umask in the terminal and press enter, I see a number on my screen, and this number is a 4-digit number, and the first digit tells me that this is an octal number, so just ignore it and concentrate on the last 3 digits. The last 3 digits are 0, 2, 2. Now when a file is created, what Unix does is it subtracts this value of umask from the value 666 for a file and 777 for a directory. So when you subtract 022 from 666, you get 644, and that gives rise to the default settings for a file, which means that the owner of the file can read and write, that's 4 plus 2, 6, and the group of the owner and other people can just read the file, and that's given by 6 minus 2, 4 and 6 minus 2, 4 here. So that is it. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight on file permissions, and this is actually pretty important when we learn to use the chmod command to change file permissions. I'm gonna elaborate further on the concept of umask and also on the concept of read, write, and execute permissions for directories. But for the time being, that's all I wanted you guys to know. So see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this one, and please subscribe to my channel.